Thank you for saying yes to being a part of the team. Hosting one of the practices. One of the most essential parts of this whole experience is the personal connection participants will have with you, their discussion host, and also with any other members of their discussion group. You really don't need to feel like an expert on spiritual formation or feel like you're an uber mature Christian. All you need to do is host an environment where people experience love by being listened to deeply and well. Over the next training session, we want to set you up well so that you feel like you know what you're doing and stepping into to have a few tools to host conversation. Let's start by going through an overview of the practices. We'll start with what it's all about, some of the ideas it explores, what a typical session can look like, and how it all fits together. So what are the practices? Practicing the Way is organized around 9 practices that together form a rule of life for the modern age. For each of the practices, we have built a 4-session series designed to be done in discussion groups. Whether you're doing the solitude practice or generosity or any of the 9 practices, the format is the same. Each session begins with gathering and connection. As you gather for each session, begin with a time of meaningful connection. Before you jump into content, take the time to get to know each other. Catch up since you were last together and build a friendship. This time often includes food, sometimes a whole meal, and at other times just a snack or refreshments. This is the best chance to get to know one another personally, for there to be light conversation and relationship building. And your role in this moment is to intentionally connect with the participants and to connect them with one another. It's like you're at a dinner party. It's your dinner party, and you want to set the stage for connecting and conversation. And you'll find this time is essential for warming participants up to the conversation that'll happen later. Following a time of connection, then someone from your team presses play on the session short film. Several minutes into the film, we come to a break for discussion. Each session, participants will be invited to try the practice throughout the week with specific exercises. This first discussion break is a space to reflect on that experience. We have discussion questions prepared for you in the companion guide. And because this part of the journey is a bit more personal, we suggest this discussion happens in smaller groups called triads, which are groups of about 3 or 4 that allow for more personal sharing. After this, you'll watch the rest of the short film. You'll then be prompted in more discussion in discussion groups. Now, this will be a larger group of about 8 to 12 people. We have suggested questions to help you out in the companion guide for this as well. We highly recommend that both the discussion groups and the triads stay the same or as close to the same for the whole series. It increases the depth of relationship and trust, which is so important in these exercises. For each session, participants will be invited to a practice. For example, in session 1 of the prayer practice, the practice is simply to find a daily time or space to pray, or to use one of the pre-written guides or the pre-written prayers suggested as a guide. After participants do the practice throughout the week, there's space in the guide to reflect on their questions or their experience. Questions asked like, where do I experience resistance? Where did I experience delight? And where did I most experience God's nearness? The goal would be that they practice, reflect, and have time to process in triads the following session. We've also included reach exercises in the guides as well. These are additional exercises or practices that participants can opt into if they'd like. We include these because we're aware that people are coming in with a wide range of experience with the practices already. If you want to preview the companion guide or any of the practice sessions, you can log into practicingtheway.org. I want to take this moment and thank you again for investing time to host these conversations. Over the next training sessions, you'll discover more about leading discussion, some best practices and tips. We'll talk about the art of listening and set you up as best as we can. For now, let me just say again, you don't have to be an expert on spiritual formation or feel like a spiritual giant to host these discussions as part of one of the practices. The best hosts are those who practice hospitality, welcome people with kindness and love, and walk alongside others as fellow sojourners on the journey of following Jesus. Bless you as you join the work with the Holy Spirit in His work of making apprentices of Jesus.